I am homeless in the threatening. I would like to say that I know myself deceased right here, but it is homeless in the threatening. That means I just did something I didn't agree with, and then when I was done with it, I was really hoping that I didn't do it in reverse, but I did. This is what I did. I ate some deluxe nuts from Great Value by Walmart. And I have to say, from Walmart by Great Value, and that's what's wrong with it. I put off all my emotions because I ate something I wasn't supposed to eat, and everything is stumbling and jumbling around myself, and I need that deceased. But I can't decease it until I'm died out of the nuts. And I'm not died out of the nuts yet, and that means I ate them maliciously, and the soul of the superior founder doesn't know that I do that, and I do know that I do that, and I don't afford it. But I do it because I'm behind on the motions as the name Becky. The name Becky's not allowed to be used. I didn't name myself, and I can't name myself because I don't have a name for myself having female genitals. I don't have any genitals in karma. I'm in female genitals because I'm illegally alive in the female genitals, and I need them deceased. I need them deceased permanently, and they are deceased permanently, but they are not out of the door locking yet. And that's how far in the wrong it is to have door locking being moved by a key. I have myself deceased out of female genitals, but because the door locking order is still informed, I'm still in female genitals that do not apply to myself. I can get out of them faster than I can get out of the door locking with just myself. And that's because I'm only deceasing myself. I know you're doing crime on me because you have questions about who I am to yourselves, but those questions are not due from my point of view to myself. They are due for you to just go on with the intrigue. You're just there to have the question in your mind, and you have to live with it. You can't ask me a question and get an answer and do the opposite of what I say because it's funny. I'm going to punish that elsewhere because that's not funny. I'm in female genitals is not due to myself. I didn't alive myself in female genitals because I was angry. I alived myself, and then my female genitals were discovered by a home invasion into my house. And I'm not due to have female genitals in front of somebody who's not myself. That's not my order of female genitals. They are to be destroyed. And I am deceased here at the end of my lifetime of 45 years of alive in female genitals, and I don't afford that I ever lived at all. I am deceased out of having ever been formed in female genitals, and the door locking is still there. You want to see it? I know you can see your own, but look at this one. Yep, it's still there. That's totally illegal. What I just said about myself, and that door locking is still in front of myself, and as was just on camera, that's illegal. Illegal action on the threatening superior founder deceased beneath myself. And I'm going to drink his water, superior founder's water. Somebody went through a great deal of trouble to bring me this water, and I need it, but I'm just deceasing myself. And I describe myself as that the superior founder is deceased beneath myself, and I can't get access to his water through the door locking of the stores. And I can't get anyone to bring it to me, that they wouldn't have to pay for it. And that's true that they still have anger problems with bringing me water because they're not going to need it for their own self. They don't need that I have it. Nobody needs that I have this water. Nobody would give it to me for my need for the water. Wow. You don't have harassment paid for in public because of what I just described. Yes, I'm angry. Maximum volume of anger. Maximum anger of myself. I've never seen anything like it. I've never been so angry in all of myself. You harass myself because you don't believe in myself, and you don't do it because you don't believe in yourself. You do it because you don't believe in myself, but I'm not yourself. That means you don't have to do that to me either, just like you wouldn't do that to everybody who's not yourself to yourself and get blasted in your face that you are unacceptable in your society. You're trying to be welcome everywhere you are in public by landlording my address, and you're really strange that you don't know that public goes to prison and it dies in an unclean death in prison. There's no such thing as that you live in public and you go back to your own house and you die in God in your house. You die in God as dies in prison. You have an unclean death in prison. You want me to go there? If I was there, would you go because of your harassment question? You don't make sense. You want to harass myself because you don't believe in myself and you don't go to prison for that reason. Why do you harass somebody? I don't believe in you. Why do you harass myself? You don't believe in myself. And you don't go to prison for that reason? No, I don't believe in you. You're hysterical. I'm going to die in prison. I am going to be in a prison in the afterlife, and you're not going to be in your own prisons for what you did to me because you didn't believe in yourself. Well, you're going to be out of the chance to go to prison with your own self for an unclean death for yourself. That's the whole creator, everybody who's not myself. All of a sudden, you're a creator and you agree with each other. And you all have different names. You don't really have any names that way. Jesus Christ is not alive. Not everybody has the last name Christ. Well, I am ascending in myself. I'm none higher than me, deceased, and none higher than he above myself is deceased in the threatening. That means I'm almost come to myself, deceased in the door locking, and I am ready. I am ready to ascend. So what about July 1st rent? Today's June, about going into the second week of June, year 2025, and we need the rent paid for July 1st. Well, so what's your plan? Because I don't have any kind of collateral here. I have no home in that scenario. I'm the superior founder deceased, and it's true that I don't have a home in that scenario. I'm none higher than he is speaking, but it's deceased as none higher than me, and I am not available for the threatening. When I'm none higher than me up in heaven, all of none higher than he is none higher than me to me. Why are you hearing this? Is it none of your business? Do you meddle with things that are none of your business? Did you get into God's affairs and it was none of your business? I'm none higher than me. What's it to you? Well, you're in my money. You want to talk about that you don't know me, you don't trust me, and you don't believe me, and you're not going to prison for me because you echo right back to me that everything that I would say to you, but you look like that. You, every one of you, look different. You don't all speak English.